Birmingham City ABC. But I'm not with someone from Birmingham, from Wolves, the Black Country.
Yes.
See, Tyler Denny's put me in my place. I can never associate the Black Country with Birmingham, but we've got you here because guess what? The fight's in Birmingham. Your fight next week. Conah, what a journey it's been for you.
I know.
What a journey.
Yeah.
I need to go back. Full-time job. Yeah?
Yeah.
First time I met you was when you was going to fight Antwi on a boxer show.
Yeah.
Seeing no particular signing, pushing your way through, getting to perform on Sky Sports under boxer.
Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster since then, though, hasn't it? Yeah, go on.
That was about 3 years.
Has it been 3 years?
Yeah, from around this date because that was scheduled, for December, if you remember.
Yes.
And then it got delayed till after Christmas. It was meant to be before Christmas, and then pushed it to after Christmas. So it'd be around this time that we'd be doing the media stuff.
Yeah.
And then it got delayed. So yeah, I know that because I've missed the last 3. Not missed them, but I've trained over them. So, but yeah, and this is the first one. Touch wood, that everything's goes to plan. First Christmas, I can have my Christmas dinner.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
But hasn't it been? It's been mental for you though.
Yeah.
And I say, with you, Tyler Denny, some of us like that don't really get that limelight, that don't go onto the main shows. Your debut on Matchroom in itself, a fight that everyone was up on their feet cheering for.
Yeah.
But it's got to be over to you, Conah. It's got to be your words. This is your journey.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm just riding the storm, man. I'm loving it. And I keep saying it, and I don't want to sound like I'm trying to be getting and stuff, but I deserve it. I mean, look, I take the fight, so I turn up and I give them what they want to see, a good scrap, and I believe that long may it continue because I'm made for the stage. I come alive on this stage, and yeah, I'm just loving it. I'm loving it at the minute. I'm boxing at the minute for me is yeah, it's amazing.
You've been with your trainer from day one. How important has it been to stay with Rich? I know you've been with him from the beginning, because sometimes people see the bright lights. It's like, oh, too big for you now. Yeah. You can't do anything for me. I'm going to get another trainer that can bring me on some more. But you didn't do that.
Yeah, nah. Rich is my boy, man. We connect on all levels, mate. He's a real good man. He's a good family man, and But one thing he's got is a real good boxing brain, and together we talk boxing. We're learning, we're improving, and yeah, I'll be with Rich to the end. It's there's no doubt about that. It's yeah, he's a great coach.
The first fight that you had, obviously, what a devastating fight that was. Not on your side, because obviously you got the W. The second fight that you had, another war with Crocker. Absolute.
No, I don't Lloyd Jermaine in between.
Oh my God, yeah. That's what I mean. So you've had this is going to be your 4.
Yeah.
You know what? Because Lloyd Jermaine was over particularly quickly. Sorry, Lloyd. I'm sorry to forget the opponent, but yeah, that kind of glazed over. But when you talk about the proper fights that you've been in, Lewis Crocker, that fight, the last fight, an absolute terror.
Yeah, it was, and I enjoyed it. It was a good fight, and we both we both learnt a lot from ourselves, and it's another massive fight, and I've learnt a lot from that fight. Not just what I want in the ring, you know what I mean. Outside the ring, I can watch it back, and I know I've got it in the tank, and I know everything. It's obviously I'm gutted about the loss. It could have gone either way, but it just so happens that the judges liked him on the night, and that was that. But I'm not lost because I'm back in there with another massive name, and I'm getting back on the big stage before the end of the year. So I'm just seeing it as another positive. And yeah, we go again.
When you say that fight was like a learning fight, yeah, okay, and like you said, that could have gone either way. I thought that you'd secured that, but I was sat next to your brother and we were cheering as loudly as each other for you. But what would you say that you learned from that fight?
I learned actually that I couldn't go a lot sooner. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't think it, but I was actually conserving energy.
No.
Yeah, I know it's crazy, but like, I could have gone a lot sooner, because when the fight finished, I could have gone more, man. I was in unbelievable shape then, and I've topped that this camp, believe it or not. I've been smashing my PBs, and I'm doing things this camp that I wasn't last camp, and I think he was a tricky fighter, tight guard. He done some good stuff, but he also done some stuff what I watched back, and I can see that on the rematch, if it ever does happen, then yeah, I'll definitely take him apart. But yeah, listen, we'll put all that to bed when we do fight, maybe down the line.
Even though you've obviously, like I said, you've hit the bright lights, you've hit the big stage, you've always remained humble. I remember even after the fight, you were sort of apologetic that you'd lost to Eddie. It's like you were, I don't know, I've let you down, you've given me an opportunity and I've let you down. And he was like, nah, it doesn't work like that. You were in a really good fight and we like you, we like your attitude. Eddie spoke about you before. So what did that mean to you when like such a huge promoter is actually thinking, I'm going to back this kid?
Yeah, it's humbling. It's really humbling. And he put like a silver lining, a good spin on a bad situation. Because, like you say, the first thing you think when you lose is you have to rebuild and drop it back down a notch and start again. But that's what, after when I was coming out of the ring, I was sort of, obviously I was gutted and pissed off, but I knew that I've had that promise from Eddie to say that I will be back, and he's delivered, and he's delivered with another fighter that, you know, is made for me, and I think Ritson's made for me, and I think it's a good fight for me to get me back to winning ways and push on for a Master 2025.
Ritson, have you studied him much? Because like you said, you've gone from your opponents seem to be getting better each time. He obviously trusts you to put you in what he believes are potentially 50-50 fights. He's not giving you any easy touches, but he's also not giving the opponents that are going in with you an easy touch. So when you look at Lewis Ritson's style and his experience, and like I said, I get it, you can't give us any game plans, but what do you see about your two styles that can come together and yet again make another good dance performance for us, the fans?
Yeah. I do a lot of tape watching, to be fair. I study the fighters and sort of gets me through camp, and obviously I'll go back to Rich and I'll say, we sort of on work, and he'll watch, we'll come back, we'll do things. But Ritson, I feel that he's a really good fighter. I just think I do more better than him, and I think I'm a better fighter than him. I know he's had a lot of success, and I know he's won most titles in boxing, do you know what I mean? But I'm just aware of how hard I work, and my momentum, my hometown, my momentum, and I just think that I'm just going to be a different animal in there, and I don't think he realises that lightweights, super lightweights are different to welterweight. I'm a fully fledged welterweight, you know what I mean? All his success was at lightweight, super lightweight, and I don't spar welters. I find it hard to get welterweight sparring, so I'm always sparring the super welters and the middles. And when I do get a chance to spar the super lightweights or the lightweight, it's like they're hitting me with feathers. And that's what he's had. It's what he's had his whole career. So, you know, when he gets hit by a proper welterweight, he's gonna know.
Goals, like I said, let's go back 3 years. Do you imagine that you would have been sat here now, like working with Matchroom, a part of the Matchroom team?
Yeah, I did. I've always had it in my head. It's always been, it was always a big promoter, and it was always my dream to be in Matchroom. It was a dream, and that's what I said to Eddie after the fight. I said, listen, this has always been a dream for me to fight on a Matchroom show. Biggest promoter, biggest setup in UK boxing, alongside Frank and whatever. But I like Eddie. I think he's he's a laugh. He's a proper lad's lad, and it's a pleasure for me to be on his shows, and it's humbling, like I say, for him to say the stuff he says about me. And yeah, I'd love to just I'd stay with Matchroom to the end if I keep putting the performances out and the opportunities are still there. I'll be matching for the
So
rest
what
of
are
the year.
your goals? What do you want to achieve in the next 12 months? Obviously another tough opponent, and I never overlook any
Yeah, yeah.
opponent, but
You've got to
I
win
still want
sometimes.
you
You've
to
got to.
have ambition
Yeah,
and
yeah.
drive. Where do you see yourself in the next 12 months?
Next year, I want to be world champion. Well, without a doubt, I've got. Look, I was in touching distance with that WBA strap, the international. I was ranked number 5 in the world. I could have sat around and just, maybe took an easier fight and waited for the phone to go for one of the world champions to go. Right, we'll give you an opportunity. I could have, but I'm not that type of person. I want to keep testing myself. So next year, I want to test myself. I want to get on some big shows, even headline. Get myself back into the world rankings and challenge against some of the big guys, because I don't think Boots looked any good, and he did look good. He did look good, but he didn't look as good as he has done. And what set over welterweight? What's his name now? He got dropped in his recent fight, I think.
Oh, no, it's all right. I was thinking of the light heavyweight.
But listen, it's open. The welterweight division's open, and I feel like I'm a test for anyone at that weight. So yeah, it's I'm hoping for big opportunities, and hopefully a world title. But I want British, Commonwealth. I want everything. I want it
So
all.
you want to work it up in that order as well?
It wouldn't matter to me. It wouldn't matter which way. I can go up, down, left, right. Do you know what I mean? Show me the money, show me the straps. I'm there.
He's coughed straight into the mic. It's all right if you've had it ear bleeds. Don't worry about it. I've got to ask you about boxing in general. Obviously, you're on a very good card. Can't deny it, and it's in Birmingham. I know that you probably would want to bring something to Wolverhampton. We've seen Tyler Denny do it with Box at Sky Sports, bringing fights to Wolverhampton. I mean, we're starting to do it with Birmingham now. So adding Wolverhampton into that mix.
Oh, I'd love to. That's another massive dream of mine. If I can get that next year, that'd be another box tick for me. Because I mean that the Civic, it holds 3,600, and I think I'd do that on my own. I really do. It'd go that mad. If not, I'd do half at least. You know what I mean? Minimum. I truly believe that, and hopefully, I've just got to perform next week and do what I've been doing in the gym, and then who knows what can happen, because you never know with boxing. You just got to have a stroke of luck.
And speaking of that, you mentioned Boots. Obviously, he had not the best night. When you get up to a certain level, and that, I don't know, you can say pressure, homecoming fight, whatever it was, how hard is it for you as a fighter to have that off night? Because I don't really remember you having one yet. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but when you look at his performance, what do you think was up with it as a fighter?
I think what it is with people like Boots, yeah, people don't expect them to get caught with shots. They don't expect them. They need to be good. They need to be, because they're solid all-round fighters, and he's got the rank number 1 in the world. And people, what it is, even if I had that performance, people would be going, that was a blinding performance, because I do get a shot here and there. But because he was getting clipped with certain shots that he normally wouldn't, people are just straight on the bandwagon saying, oh, he's alright. But I'll be one of the people. I'll slag him off. Give him a fight. I'm happy with that.
But that's your style. So like you said, we kind of expect it
Yeah.
with you. Not like you've been like dropped and had to crawl your way off the floor, but your style is exciting anyway.
Yeah.
It is it's a what's gonna go, what's gonna happen next, and then the last round it's just like toe to toe. Who's gonna take someone's head off?
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna go like that with Ritson as well? Do you think that is gonna see the final bell?
I don't think he's going to see the final bell. I believe I've got a lot more left than him, and I think that just the way I'm feeling, the way the camp again, everything's it's gone well, and I'm just ready to however it goes, because just a win for me sets me up for a big 2025. But I need to look good doing it. And a stoppage would obviously be a better outcome. So I'm aware of all these situations, and you know how I deal with things. If he's still there in the 8th round, believe me, he'll be out of there by the 9th.
Exciting times. I've got to ask you about your fellow stable fighters, and I'm talking about Matchroom fighters. Obviously, you watched the Anthony Joshua fight. I'm not sure, were you there in Wembley? Did you go to the fight?
Nah,
Did you
I didn't
watch?
go.
Okay. When you see, obviously, he got taken out properly, one-sided fight, to be generous. When you think about him going back into the rematch, and I heard that obviously there's postponements, there's a lot now that's waiting on the result of Tyson Fury and Usyk again. What do you think he should do? And like I said, I have to ask you this because it's a point of view from a fighter. It doesn't matter about the weight.
Yeah.
You're a fighter at the end of the day. So you'll know, or you'll have a better understanding how he feels and what's best for him.
I'm a fighter. I am a fighter, and I know how he's feeling. I know what he'd want to do, like I would want to do. Of course, you want to avenge a loss, you want to go and get that back. But the business the business side of it will also be saying, don't go and do that again, because you risk that, you risk it all. He can hold off and fight. He can fight Tyson Fury, even if Tyson Fury gets beat by Anderson and Usyk, and it'll still generate the most that any heavyweight boxing fight as produced. So the business mind, the business side of the head will be telling him follow that route, and the fighting side will tell him to follow that route. It'll be down to the people who's got around him to make sure he does the right, takes the right fight. But I do believe that he'll go the Tyson Fury fight because he's a businessman, and I believe that if he goes into the Daniel Dubois fight, it'll only go one way again.
How do you think that fight would happen? Should it be Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua? Can you imagine the toss-up on the coin on whose name is going to go first?
No, because they're both big. They're both as big as
and they're both coming off a loss. So really, whose name would go first? That would be a debate within itself in the contracts.
But towing costs, and it'd have to be. I don't know. I think how the fight goes is on the night, because Anthony Joshua, before he just had that happen to him, I was saying he'd beat Tyson Fury off the back of his wins, but now that's happened, he just looked vulnerable. He looked so vulnerable. And Tyson Fury I think he struggles with people like AJ, with a massive 1-2-0, you know what I mean? Someone who really commits to their punches. And if he clips him and goes again, he's got the power to get him out of there. But Tyson's also got everything else to be out boxing for 12 rounds. So I'm gonna have to sit on the fence on it. And I can't pick one, because they both showed so much class, but so much gaps and vulnerability.
You know what? It's a fair point, and I'm asking that now because obviously I've seen the recent conversations that Eddie's had, and obviously I spoke to Frank Smith the other day, and it's literally he's sitting this one out, but all eyes are on December the 21st out there in Saudi Arabia. So it's good times ahead. But are there any tickets left, Conor?
My fight?
Yeah.
Just ordered some more.
So if anybody wants to buy some tickets, come down to, I think it's, what's it called now? It was the Resorts World, but it's called Pulse.
Pulse Arena. But yeah, it's Resorts World. It's in Birmingham, week on Saturday. Get in touch as soon as possible, because they're pretty much gone already. So
people say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.